Hey, welcome back to Messy Missy Creates. I'm Melissa. It is time to make a July journal. Well, June just sort of breezed right on by, snuck up on me. Anyway, I always have the debate of, let's see, make sure you're in frame. Always have the debate of what to use because, well, one, I have many options. I love these composition books. Love, love, love. Not really the line, but anyway. So that's always an option, and it seems to be my default that I want to, my default that I want to use. But there's always the issue of the papers being too thin, and anyway. I know that Elizabeth, from Never Hopeless by Elizabeth, I know that she remedied that last month in a video where she used book pages and the cover of her comp book. Book pages that were thicker on the inside. But anyway, and I had actually tried that, I don't know, about a year ago, but whenever I ever actually finished it, I know I didn't use it, but anyway, that's beside the point. So then my dilemma is, well, if I'm just going to use the cover, then why do I want to disassemble a composition book? Now, if I'm not going to take the spine apart and just use it as it is, and I just need to put thicker papers and more room, anyway, I can see that. However, I thought that this month I would use scrapbook paper. I love how Allison makes hers, just, folding the 12 by 12 paper, and she makes it look very easy. So I really had thought, I have so much patriotic, well, this is just red, white, and blue. Anyway, I have so much scrapbook paper that I would love to use, some of my July stash or patriotic stash. Anyway, however, okay, no, forget the however. I could do this. It makes it 6 by, 12, and if you fold it up, makes it 6 by whatever you want it to be, which is perfect. And I'm thinking about using, this is, let me grab the pack. This is the True Ray construction paper. It is very different than the construction paper we used as kids. I will tell you that. If you try to use regular construction paper, you're gonna get frustrated. So there's something different about this. I had learned this from Melanie Sullivan a while back, and I've been using it ever since, and I love this paper. And it is 9 by 12 in the smaller pack. They make bigger packs that are 12 by 18 and I've made larger art journal books out of that. It's great stuff. Comes in a couple colors. The white has the best texture for different mediums. For example, this is my alcohol marker, and to me, that is my true test of paper because, aside from a Sharpie, I don't use Sharpies very much, but I do like to use my alcohol markers. And if it'll work with an alcohol marker in my book, it'll work with anything else that I have to throw at it or that I would want to use in my journal. Now, it does bleed through. I hope the light's okay. It does bleed through, but again, I'm not worried about that as long as it doesn't bleed onto the next page in the journal. Anyway, all that said, I'm just, see, this would be perfect because it's, like I said, it's 9 by 12. So if you fold it in half, that makes this, if you used a regular size, 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, it would be smaller than this. But this is perfect. It's a perfect fit. So what is my problem, you ask? Well, it should be perfect and fit perfectly, and all should be well with the world today for me. However, it does tend to start to stick out. I know I could trim the sides. I do want a little bit of a spine. Do I need one? Not necessarily. I don't think I'm going to have that much to put in it, like extras this month, like I did in June. So why wouldn't I just go ahead and make this? Well, like I said, that would be, well, I don't want to say too easy because it's still not easy. Oh, I know why. Well, no, I don't. So that's my fallback. And I still may decide to use that. However, I want to use this one sheet of paper. And that would be a waste to cover this beautiful, already beautiful, thicker cardstock. This is thin. But here's what I'm thinking I might do. I could just go back to the other and call it good and be done for the day, but I'm gonna, I like to do this. We eat a lot of Triscuits. Yeah, bland you might say, but they're pretty healthy. My husband's diabetic. This is the one boxed, pre-packaged food that was recommended by the dietitian or the nutrition. Anyway, I digress. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is they're perfect size to make journals out of. Now, this box, you do have to have a pretty thick cutter, which I will show you in a minute. The one that I have that works like a champ. But this is when you cut off these top flaps and bottom flaps, you cut them right across here, and then you open, you have to cut one of the sides. When you cut this is what you get. Okay, so this was a journal. I actually had just primed that with some gesso because, well, I think I was doing that back at Easter, and I was planning on decoupaging or, you know, putting a bunny napkin or something. Anyway, I didn't do it. I don't need that thick of a spine. And for an everyday journal, that's like, meh. So, I don't know. So this is why I end up not getting things done, because I can't make a decision. I did like this one. If you want a journal, I have made these where if you want the flap, and you put like an eyelet here and a tie, and it works great for that. Already has the, I think this is like a 2-inch, inch and a half, 2-inch spine. Well, I have my ruler here somewhere. I'll measure it in a minute. But anyway, I don't need that big a one just for a month. And I'm not going to put 2 months in here, I don't think. That is an option too. So, what I was thinking is if I'm going to use this one for pretend. I don't want to use this one that's gessoed if I'm going to just glue scrapbook paper to it. Otherwise, I would just use this one. But this is kind of what I was thinking, is wrapping it like this. And then, yeah, I would still have to have something for this little section of the back. But, you know, it's on the back. Who cares, right? And that would make a pretty cool cover for July. So this is, you know, it's funny how you get hung up because of one sheet of paper or one part of a project that has to complicate the whole project. So, okay, anyway, I thought that at least for now I would show you, not that you, I mean, you know, may already know this, but it never hurts to hear again. Oh, okay, I think I have you up enough. Let me check. This is the King Daddy of cutters. Well, maybe not the King Daddy, but it's the, you know, it's definitely the queen. We'll just call it the queen. And it doesn't really matter which way you do it. It folds up. It is a little bulky to store, but at least it folds. It is made by Fiskars, and it's the big, I forgot what they call it, which cutter it is, but it cuts through pretty much anything, anything I've thrown at it. And it makes it very simple to cut these cardboard things, whether you're cutting them down for a journal, tags, anything. It makes it super easy. Now, this is the large family size box. They make a smaller box, which is a great size too. But let's see, we're gonna cut these off. One of my other cutters that I had would cut through like one layer of this, but you know, if you don't have to, separating that and then cutting it, and then you have to fold it out, and it's too big and blah blah blah. So this one cuts it just like it is. So let's see if I can get you in this. Sorry, I bumped you. Let me see if I can get this in the screen. And let's see, don't have a whole lot of time today. I might not be able to finish this, but we're gonna give it a go. Okay, I have it pretty much lined up. You hear that? And the shake. Okay, sorry. That had a lot of resistance, but it cut through both layers of this, you know, pretty thick cardstock. So, you know, any cereal box. I love making art journals out of cereal boxes. I'll show you one or two of those that I have made one day, or make another one. Can never have too many. Let's see. I'm gonna start back up here because it's easier for me to pull. And I know I'm shaking you because you are attached to the table, and though it is sturdy, what did we say the other day? My house is not. So it rattles the floor, and then that rattles the table. So I can't fix the floor. All right. And you can use these scraps for whatever. I have so many of them. I have a big, like a wash tub. Anyway, it's hiding under my bed. Don't tell anybody. Okay, so I think I'm done with this one for the moment. Now I just have to cut this wherever we want to cut it. I can take this and just trim down if I want to make sure I get a straight cut. That might be the easiest thing, or the straightest thing, or whatever. I have just opened them up like this. It depends on which side what I'm trying to preserve. Because if you want that whole spine, then there's no point in cutting it and then having to re-glue it. So as it stands right now, you know, a couple pieces of tape or fabric or whatever, and it's plenty sturdy. What I'm thinking, I know it hurts when I think. What I was wondering is if it was possible, instead of ending up with that size spine, let's see, where is my accurate, let's see, I could break out a measuring, a ruler or something, and I will eventually, but what did I say this was? 9 by 12, and then folded makes it 9 by 6. So see, it fits perfectly top to bottom. Yep, perfectly. And then it fits pretty well in here. Now, keep in mind, the more papers you put in it, it's going to scoot everything out that way. And you can always trim down papers, but, why if you don't have to? So, yes, if I could do this very easily and make a 2-month thing out of it, and I could. I just, I don't know. I'll think. What I was thinking, though, let's see, after I lost that train of thought, I was wondering if there was a way to cut it just to preserve that fold. I don't know. I am way overthinking this again, but that's what I do. So if I cut, I would still have this fold right here if I chose not to use the big spine. I could cut it because I don't really need that big of a spine. I could cut it like here, you know, and then not have to make any other cuts and have a decent size overhang, you know, so the inside, the signature doesn't stick out. What you think about that? I could try it. I definitely have enough of these cereal boxes. The only thing would be is that it's going to have this ridge. And it's going to be on the back, so maybe we don't care. Maybe I'm going to cut this seam right here, just inside just ever so slightly, and then see where that takes us. Just to see what happens. And if I don't like it, I have another box. Let's see. Oh, that's thick. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I fixed my cutter, sort of. The blade had actually jumped up on the little cut guard. Anyway, that took some doing to get it back, and then, I don't know, it still has a catch in it, so I need to figure out, but I went ahead and I did get it to cut this, and I did it off camera because I just didn't need anybody witnessing me cutting a finger off or something. So, anyway. Okay, so back to that. So, I have, this is, about 6 3/4 by, I don't know, a little over 9. So, you know, just perfect size for some 6 by 9 pages. I am going to, I'm going to score just a little bit on either side of the fold here, just to give myself a little bit of a, not even a spine, but just a little bit of a curve. If you score, hold on, this is noisy. One day I need to update my little scoreboard here, but it's been around for a while, and I kind of, you know, you get kind of partial to using the same one. Okay, so my little score tool, I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where the one is that came with this. But here is the fold that was in the box. And I guess I don't have to decide. I was thinking, sorry. If you take and you do a line here, a score line, and one here, let's see, like one on each side of that, well, I'm not doing it right, but anyway, one on each side of that, and then if you do a couple lines in a row, that's going to give you a bend. It's going to allow, it's going to tell the paper that you want it to bend. So I'm going to, that's what I'm going to do. So this is the cutting guide, but, let's see. I'm not good at scoring. I always jump the track. I know other people can do this, and, well, there we go. Okay, I did it. Yay, go me. So this is on the 6.5 mark. So that means that I'm gonna have 6.5 inches from the edge to the beginning of the spine, the curvature. And I think that will be perfect, actually. So I'm gonna do, see, I ran off the track. You know, people make this look easy, and the scoring is not, for me. It's also thick cardboard too, I guess. I'm gonna do let's see, so that's 6 3/4. I'm trying to do some backwards math here. And I'll do one more, I think. This is, let me see, 4, 10.5. No, that's actually, I think that's dead on. That gives me that. Yep. Okay. Don't get all that. There was a bunch of smoke involved in that thought process. That's what they say. See your smoke coming out your ears. Anyway, it's not perfect, that's for sure. Just trying to make a little bit deeper of a score line. When you score paper, you're training it. Yeah, don't ask me to explain that. It makes sense when I hear other people say it, so not really going through that. Here we go. I'm actually debating on doing it this way, but I think the paper will be dark enough to hide the, yeah. I don't think we'll see the Triscuit through there. There's my little ruler. I'm gonna give it a little extra permission to bend right here, because that's where I want the initial crease of the spine to be. I wasn't pushing hard enough to get through this cardboard, I guess, but we're making it work. Come on. All right, that wasn't pretty, but it'll work. That'll work. So see, that just kind of gives it a little bit of a curve. You know, I don't need much. So, and then when I sew in my signature, I'll just do it right down that center, that the initial fold that was in the box initially. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the inside. Let's see if I can find another light here. There. I don't know if that helped at all. Maybe not. Okay. Zoom me back in just a hair. I didn't realize I had it zoomed way out when I had the cutter out here. Anyway, so here is my grand plan. I'm going to cover like this so that's the front. We already talked about that. I need one little strip of something over here. And I was hoping it would be something out of my scrap. I don't really feel like paper piecing that. So, how about just some more stars? Don't really match, but do I care? It's on the back. I love this, and it is a little piece, and that probably will work. It's not the same. That's thicker cardstock than this. I don't suppose it will matter. I am wanting to get that glued on first, though. I just think that would be better than, I don't know, might not matter. What you think? Kind of like this paper. Yeah, I'm gonna glue that one little strip on first. And then I will, I think I'm going to do something really risky. I'm not going to cut my paper ahead of time. Ooh, did I just say that out loud? I think I'm going to glue it on and then trim it. Yep, that just gave me the heebie-jeebies. Let's see, now the golden question is, which glue am I going to use? I will not be sewing this. I had a fight with my sewing machine last year, about March and April, so you know what that was about. I was making masks and had an argument with my sewing machine. I got my daughter's sewing machine out, had an argument with that one, and I haven't spoken to either one of them since then. So this will not involve a sewing machine, so I do not have to worry about where I glue or what kind of glue, at least from the sewing machine standpoint. So I think I love Fabri-Tac. It can leave a little bit of a wet. Let's see, I think I might have to sit down for this. I just don't always trust a glue stick. I do like this one. All right, I'm gonna give it a try. I think I'm going to, I'll use this, and then I may do like the edges with my art glitter glue. I just, sometimes when the pages are thicker or the paper is a little thicker, I just don't always trust the glue stick, especially on this texture. But I guess we're about to find out, aren't we? And I am gonna go around and do a little bit, but also wet glue sometimes on paper leaves a, you know, sometimes you can see it. So there just isn't a happy medium, is there? That lined up, this lined up, and there. Alrighty. I'm gonna try to get this cover on, or glue, you know, get this glued down, and then I've got to go somewhere, and then you know, that would give this time to dry. I was just trying to get this, oops, sorry. Get this dried before, or get it glued down before I had to go. And that way I could it could dry while I was gone. I'm gonna go ahead and cut this one. Yeah, that looked real straight, didn't it? That's okay. I'll fix it later. Alrighty. Yeah, that's gonna make it good and sturdy. I was debating on, but I think I'm gonna do it on the inside. I'm gonna put some tape of some sort down this. But I'm really afraid it's gonna really buckle up the paper underneath. So I think I'm gonna do it on the inside. I think I'm just gonna put the glue on here. And do this a little section at a time. Ooh, can you hear the rain? Right near a window, and yeah, it got pretty loud. Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to line up this right corner. And then, there we go. I have a bone folder somewhere. This isn't, well, I guess it is. Not the one I was looking for, but it will work. Okay, so now I just need to come back and glue that on, or, okay, why does that not look straight? Oh dear. Well, I think it's pretty straight. 1.5. Yeah, sorta. Straight enough, straight-ish. Okay, I'm going to tack this down. Run a little bit of this on the edges. Oops. Don't think I've ever had anybody watching me glue before, so this is a first. Kind of funny because before I started watching YouTube videos, crafters or journals, whatever, I didn't ever think that I would want to watch anybody else glue either, but somehow or another I do. And you always learn something, I think. Even I watch somebody do something that, you know, I've done many times, and, you know, you can turn it off, or you can, you know, you can say, I already know how to do that. Or you can be open to the possibility that you might learn something anyway. And so I think every time I watch any video, I always learn something. I pick up some little trick, you know, some little tip that I just hadn't thought about, or something. Everybody has something to learn. Everybody has something to offer. So that is the way I look at it. And I know that some people want the, you know, the quick videos, give it to me quick, show me how to do it in 10 minutes or less. And yeah, I mean, there's times when I just need to, you know, refresh my memory. How do I do that? And I need it quick. But most of the time, it's the longer, chattier videos where you're just talking and crafting and, you know, gluing. And it's usually those videos that I pick up the little tricks that sometimes don't have anything to do with the initial purpose of the video, even sometimes. But anyway, I have enjoyed learning how to do all of this. And there's as many ways to do things as there are people doing them. So I think everybody brings everybody brings something to the table. Well, I guess that's pretty glued down. Well, I can pull it up. Okay, good. That looks like it was going to stick pretty well. Alrighty. I'm not an anti-generic person. My husband and I argued over that, or not argued, but that was one of our disagreements when we first got married, is I would buy anything generic I could to save some money, and he was like, no, no, no. On certain things, the brand was better, but anyway, the older I've gotten and whatever else, life skills or life lesson, anyway, sometimes you get what you pay for. That's where I was going with this. I really like this glue stick. Of course, I also just told you how wonderful this queen cutter was that I have, and I jacked it up. So, you know, everything has its limits. I did put that on a little crooked. I'm trying to convince myself that I'm not worried about it, but I am. Truth be known. Because I think by the end of the month, by the time I manhandle it, it's going to, I think it's going to bug me because it's going to start coming up, but I think I'll just trim off that little bit. But not too bad for not measuring. So I'm going to see if I can trim this now. Sometimes it's better to do it after the glue has had time to dry. But, you know, why would we want to do that? Speaking of instant gratification, let's see. Still haven't figured out exactly what I'm going to put on. Oof. Oh, that I did horrible. You can sand that off though, I think, but I won't worry too much about it. Haven't figured out what I'm gonna put. Oh, that's gonna drive me nuts. No, I'm not OCD at all. Okay. Oh, I know what I can do. I can round the corners. That would help. Okay. Anyway, I haven't figured out what I'm gonna do on the inside. Okay, y'all can tell me what you think. I've heard people, when they're doing like this and they're gluing something like this, I've heard people in videos say it's better to bend it while the glue is wet. And then some people say wait till it dries. I don't know. I know I did one, and then I guess when you bend it back out this way and then it leaves bubbles, it can. Anyway, if you have any, oops, sorry. If you have anything to add to that or prefer one way or the other, I would love to hear. Okay, so I said I think I'm going to do some tape down the middle. I don't know if I'm going to, let's see, washi tape is not always the best for that. I don't guess. I think it'll be fine just for a 1 month book. But, oh, heck, that's how I started my day this morning. I dumped my drawer of washi tape on the floor. In my video the other day, my last video, I had set it underneath this table on top of my garbage can so that I could dig in it when I was making that journal page. And yeah, I forgot it was sitting on top of my garbage can, and I went to go move the garbage can, and yeah, I played 52 World Pickup. Well, more than that, but we won't talk about that. Masking tape, duct tape. I don't have book tape. I do need to get some though. Masking tape, duct tape, washi tape, book tape. I'm gonna put it on first. I don't really care. It's not really gonna be seen. Oh, I have this. This is Tyvek. Tyvek is wonderful. When I first learned of this last year, year before, whatever, I was so excited, and the envelopes, you can paint them and whatever. Well, one day I was then I saw that there was Tyvek tape, and I was like, well, that's perfect. You can just, instead of having to cut down an envelope or Anyway, so it was in Home Depot or Lowe's, one of the home repair stores. And I was like, ooh, they have Tyvek tape, so I'm just going to get this. Well, it wasn't horribly expensive for how long it lasts. But I didn't realize I guess I thought it was going to be clear. I didn't realize it says Tyvek all over it. So, watch out, it's loud. Watch your ears. We're going to, again, pretend that we don't care. At least for the moment. And I'm going to use it. Now, it does have a very slicky surface. Well, I'm just shaking you everywhere, aren't I? Let's see. Okay. But it's good stuff. It's really good stuff. I just wish that it had been clear and not have the writing on it. I don't know what I was thinking. I guess I thought that the Tyvek was written like on the center of the roll and you could just see through it or something. I wasn't thinking. I was in a hurry, probably. Okay. So I'm going to... I'm giggling inside because now I'm a little leery of using my good scissors to cut tape. Okay, I don't think I got it. Okay. I used to do vinyl, and you want to talk about sticky. That's the stuff that's like rated to last on your car window in the elements, outdoor elements or whatever, for like 6 or 8 years. Yeah, that'll build up a goo on your scissors in a hurry. And my friend who, she sews a lot. I don't do much with fabric, only if I absolutely have to. And so I have this really good pair of sewing scissors, fabric scissors. Well, my fabric friend came over one day, and she saw me reach for those fabric scissors and cut my vinyl sheets with it. You know, I'd get the big roll, and you got to cut it down to the right size to run it through your cutting machine. Anyway, she's like, oh, what are you doing? I'm like, look, this vinyl is my fabric. Leave me alone. I need something good to cut this with. So, anyway. So, you know, you just got to use what you got to use for what is important to you. So, okay. Now, I think that this will work. Okay. And I'm going to have to leave here in a few minutes. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on the inside. I'll try to think about that. I mean, I've got tons of stuff. You know, like I said, I just want to use up some stuff. Any combination of this. However, I might use something a little thicker, because sometimes I glue 2 of these boxes together, and if I am going to do that, I glue the printed side together so that you don't have to worry about will it show through. But I didn't do that on this one, and thinking about using some thicker cardstock. This is pretty thick. It's a good grade. I forgot what brand it was, but anyway. But I also have some like 110-pound serious cardstock, just to give it a little bit more. Although that's firming up quite nicely, and that was just regular paper, so the glue helps. And anyway, so but I do like that paper. I really wish that it fit all the way across. burlap. I think I could cut it down, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it to right here, because I'm not worried about this part won't show, but just cut it right here, and then cut it right there. And then decide if I want a pocket or something. So, okay, well, I will, I'm gonna go run and do what I gotta do and let this dry. And then I will, I'll be back. And we'll finish making this journal. Alrighty, bye.